Most rom-coms are trying to convince women to settle for men way beneath us, even Christmas ones. Like this movie. This is like one of my least favorite Christmas movies. I hate most of them. But this one is so problematic on multiple levels. But this particular video is going to be about women dating down and settling for trash. So the Family Stone has an incredible cast. Look at this, right? And it seems to have some progressive themes in it. And this seemingly is like a progressive family, but honestly, they seem like they should have been in the movie Get Out instead. And this woman is the most toxic boy mom I've seen in a long time, which is why we get this piece of crap. This guy sucks. Even his loser brother is better than him. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. So women should not only settle for men beneath us, we should also settle for men who just don't like us and who are rude to us. Like the opening scene of this movie, her boyfriend, soon to be fiance, he's like, yeah. And like hangs up her phone for her. Like they already seem like they don't like each other. Opening scene. Now I know that's kind of the point, but the way they treat Sarah Jessica Parker's character is a little enraging. They give her this weird clearing throat quirk, really uptight and all that stuff. I'm not saying that uptight women can't be annoying. Just the way she's portrayed, I don't like her. Actually, I don't like any of the women in this movie. And anytime I don't like the women in a movie, I immediately go to IMDb and see why. Men cannot write our stories well, usually. Even gay men. Because if women have internalized misogyny, I promise you gay men do too. Meredith was nervous for a reason. This dude just gaslights her all the time. Oh, they're gonna love you. He knows they're not gonna love her. He's like, they're worried about it. They cut to this scene. I hate her. I mean, sister hates Sarah Jessica Parker. I'm gonna call her that so you don't have to keep track of all these people's names. They openly make fun of this woman before they even met her. The toxic boy mom delights in this. She loves making fun of any woman who dates her sons. I'm gonna address this woman in another video just to give you a taste of how awful she is. I know that she's dying. That's like we're supposed to feel sorry for her. You can feel two things at once. But this woman raised a monster because the eldest favorite son sucks. The loser brother sucks too. And the sister sucks. This is an environment that I believe that mama helped create. I understand patriarchy and power dynamics, but I also think that, enmeshed relationships with your children, whether you're a father with your daughters or a mother with your sons, are super messed up and should not be normalized. This is weird. Guess what, Dad? So, of course, he gets to be the good guy. He's like, Sybil, don't encourage her. When they show up, this guy doesn't help. He's like, they're watching you. I want you to take note. This is a really good lesson for any woman who dates men. If the man you are dating ever treats you the way this man treats her, like he is setting them up for conflict. Like, they'll love you, knowing they won't love her. And then as soon as he's like, look, they're watching you. Like everything awful that his family does, it's partly his fault. He doesn't ever go to bat for her until it's too late. Then it's just basically to save his own butt. Any man who throws you to the wolves of his family, like your future in-laws or whatever, do not marry that man. He's a coward. He is a mama's boy or something else, but he's a coward and you will pay such a huge price if you marry into that family. Don't do it! Yeah, they are all staring at her out the window, making fun of her. Immediately take a family portrait and exclude her on purpose. And Sarah Jessica Parker doesn't want to share a bed with him at his parents' house because this is weird for some people. I'm from the South, and I know for a fact I would have never been able to sleep in the same bed as my boyfriend until we were married. So maybe that was her upbringing. Maybe it's weird for her. But mommy's like, starts making fun. Oh, you don't think that I know y'all scream? He just gets such a kick out of like hating the woman he's dating and making fun of her. This whole weird scene where she was like, your family hates me, mean to me, and you're starting to look at me the way they look at me. It was also like, why aren't you sleeping on the couch instead of your sister? That's one of the reasons why sister hates her. Besides all the weird boy mom dynamic, it's because her big king baby won't sleep on the couch, so the young sister has to. Again, pitting the sister against his girlfriend. What do you expect, bro? She's like, I just want to make sure you still like me. That, you're not just a good guy who got caught up with something. This was his answer. Believe men when they tell you this. He's not a good guy. He's an entitled prick who's dead inside and hides from himself by dating women, which is a lot of men. A lot of men do that. Like the dad was like, I didn't really like her. She's smart and everything. She's like, yeah, she sucks. She's stuck up. Bleh. She doesn't seem to know or trust herself very well. I'm not sure. I think she knows herself very well. She also knows that y'all hate her. And so she's uncomfortable. And so she's trying a little too hard because y'all make her. And he's like, I guess that means our son doesn't really know himself either. It's like the only insightful line in this whole movie. Everett doesn't know himself. Anyway, conflict. She decides to stay at a hotel because these people suck so bad and they're mean to her. Well, Everett's lecturing all of them, which is long overdue. And her brother's out there hitting on the girlfriend. It's literally like picking his butt while hitting on her, being like, are you gonna come back? I had a dream about you last night. He's like, what? As soon as they leave the hotel, he's like, you can't marry that woman. My mom's all like, I know. And I know he's gonna ask me for my ring. He does. He's like, no. Promise me. I know you're disappointed, but think how I feel. He goes to pick out rings. Mommy won't give him grandma. And the brother's like, dumb. While loser brother is smoking weed with his dad, creeping on her. And by the way, she's invited her sister to join because they've made her so uncomfortable. A sister that I don't even believe that she has a good relationship with because the things that her sister says to her are actually really mean. Sister shows up on a bed. Everett's like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, such a klutz, make. How adorkable. This is the first time we've seen this dude smile the whole movie. I want that. They go back to the house and the family's like, oh my God, you're great. The toxic boy mom's like, well, let's set her up with Ben, our loser son. Sister's like, why am I here? Like, I don't know, but they like you more than me. Like, none of this dialogue between these two sisters is believable at all to me. Like, I'm not convinced they love each other, and yet they're supposed to be, like, super close. Like, none of it makes sense. Mommy tries to set up sister with this loser. He's like, what? Oh, you live in New York? No, he lives in San Francisco. Actually, I live in Berkeley. Okay, so you're trying to set up a long-distance relationship with this like, what? Does sign language like, y'all can do this. This whole scene at the table is bonkers. The sister is asking things like, what race do you want your child to be? Also where the mother admits that she had really hoped all her boys would be gay. Then they can't leave her. And look at him, he's like, yeah, that's right, that's my mom. She's like, sorry, girl. Yeah, okay. Okay, mom. Anyway, big fight ensues. Homophobic stuff happening in this conversation. So she goes out the car crying. Also wrecks the car. Loser brother's like, hey, I'll help you. He takes her to a bar and she's like, I'm not a bad person. A mess. Look at you. I love the game. It's like, I would have slept on the couch. Why they hate me? Maybe you should stop. Look at that condescending look from this loser. Just stop. Stop trying. Oh, she's only trying because y'all are so mean to her. You know, you're exhausting, basically is what he's saying. Too tightly wound up. Gotta relax like me. See? Do this. He's like, okay. The way this loser talks to her as if he's so much better than her. Here's the thing, Meredith. You're a freak. She's like, oh, he's right, I am. Meanwhile, Everett's out there trying to cheat with her sister. This whole conversation is so dumb. We're supposed to believe that they fall in love in this one dumb conversation. We get to see, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker all like dancing and drunk and, well, she's fun now. And then they end up talking in a car. Look how she's looking at him. Everett's like, ring. I marry this girl I really hate? A sister who likes to read and is cool. Tries to call her. Oops, she's asleep. She's found love, just like you. After one night, she wakes up in the loser's bed and is like, oh my God. The dad's like, whoa. The mom's like, don't marry that girl because I'm sick. He's like, okay. I hate to see you not find what you really want, but it's your choice. And Everett takes that ring that the mom has now given him and puts it on the sister. I want to see if it fits. She's like, no. He's like, come on. My hands are bigger than Meredith's. It doesn't. Oh, look at that. Yeah, right. You could be mine. I could marry you instead of that woman I hate that I'm dating. Like, the way this is written, it makes, like, women seem so shallow. Like, this woman is going to screw over her sister because as soon as she sees the ring, she's like, oh, yeah, it's you. Like, so of course she gets it stuck and she's like, I've got your engagement ring on. She's like, why are you wearing my ring? Never mind, where were you last night? She's like, what do you mean? You didn't. I did. I knocked boots with the bum. I'm ashamed. Like, what? Anyway, she wants to see the ring and is like, oh. Later, she's like, don't ask me to marry you. And he's like, don't worry, bitch, I wasn't gonna ask you. I want to marry your sister that I don't know. She's like, God, y'all hate me. I love my sister. This whole, like, jealousy thing. I swear, men just think we just catfight all the time. She's like, and I slept with your brother. He's like, no, we actually didn't. We didn't? See, nobody loves me. Then they humiliate her with egg stuff. The brothers fight, even though Everett hates her. He's like, you don't even love her, man. So then dad takes him to go chase the sister who's too good for this dude. She's like, I'm getting out of here. It's too much. No, it's not. Stay. Okay, let's hang out at New Year's. You're amazing. And then she ends up with this loser. Both sisters settle for trash. Like for part 2.